Dirty Boxing Championship 3 review of fighters I want to see again. Obviously, starting with the main event, Jairzinho Rozenstruik. We called it nasty flatline round 1 TKO. He catches him with like an inside punch and then just viciously sleeps him when he's on the ground. TKO. Brother took a nap. Brother had his hands behind his head, either like he's getting arrested or like he's about to catch some Z's. He caught some Z's. I don't think Cleveland should have been in that fight. I think his corner man, who was built like Ace Hood meets Debo from Friday, his corner man should have been in the fight, not him. Moving on to the co-main event, Cannon. I forget Cannon's first name, but brother put on a show. He just let the hands fly from distance. Lombard is a former Bellator champion, I believe, but just 40. I believe Cannon had a 17-year advantage on him in terms of age and then had the range advantage. Definitely want to see him back. Vicious TKO, and he slept him. So we need to run that back. Bryan Battle versus, I think it was Patrick Freitas. Don't remember his first name. Very disappointed with that performance. Very disappointed with just how that fight played out. The only good thing about that fight was that Bryan Battle, who had gotten dropped by the UFC because he couldn't make weight 2 times in a row, made weight at 186, gets a round 1 TKO, but it was just such an underwhelming way. The guy literally holding onto his leg for dear life, takes a knee, doesn't get up. All he has is a little cut over his forehead, and then, it's just not the way you wanted to see Bryan Battle go out of this card on this fight, especially in his first. This was a highly anticipated matchup. He's talking about he's a rock star, only type of rock star. I don't know. I don't want to talk shit. I want to see Bryan Battle back in a meaningful fight. Maybe we put Bryan Battle up against. I don't see any other middleweights. I was gonna say put him up against Phil Hawes. I'll see that again. Moving on to the next fight, my personal favorite fight of the evening. Jessy J. Rose Clark, a superstar on the rise in my book, against Claudia Zamora. Claudia Zamora, you could think of her as a pit bull. She just kept coming and coming inside range, trying to make the fight dirty. Jessy J. I went right to Instagram. I think she's a star. Followed her. Inside elbows, chopping up her eyes, ranging punches, combos, smiling through punches. And if we just gonna call a spade, Jessy J is hot. All right, listen. Jessy J with the 29-28 victory, as we called at the end. Definitely need to see her on the next card, whenever that is. Maybe she needs some time to heal. Great performance. That was my favorite performance of the night by far. Sergey Martinov versus Phil Hawes. I think I wouldn't mind seeing both of these guys fight again. I liked what Martinov was saying in the build-up to the fight. I think Phil Hawes had some aggression that we saw. They were both these guys were swinging for the fences quite a lot. I don't mind that. It went 3 rounds, I believe. I don't think this fight got decided. I think it went to decision. I could be wrong. I need to double check that. But I'm pretty sure that fight went to decision. I'm pretty sure Sergey Martinov won. This was a fight where they had 2 close rounds and 1 decisive round. That 1 decisive round was Martinov in round 2 because he had Phil Hawes holding on for dear life. I wouldn't mind seeing either of these guys fight again, but I don't know. Neither of them were particularly compelling either. I did like the talk that Sergey Martinov had leading up to this fight. He was talking about Phil Hawes was going to die, something crazy like that. Janicic versus Lamar Brown. I got caught stereotyping here, guys. I thought that because Lamar's name was Lamar, he had hands. Janicic, I wish I would have listened to him speak. My brother had an accent that sounded like he's from Dagestan. If I would have heard that accent, I would have took him. Clear finish by him. I believe it was a round 1 or round 2 knockout. Janicic, I would like to see him fight again. Lamar Brown, I don't know. This was another really good fight. Breeden versus Quinones. Quinones, I would love to see you fight again. This might be my second favorite fight of the night right here. Quinones, he did the thing. He bit down. Breeden was not trying to go out, and Quinones just weathered the storm, and I thought that was a really good performance by him. Breeden needed some help getting out of the building. Right, I didn't get a chance to watch all these fights. There was another one that I really liked, but I don't remember. I think it was Costa versus Sherman. I think Costa won that fight, and I think he was tagging Sherman up. I think I enjoyed that fight. I also think St. John and Silva. I think St. John threw the what's it called? He threw a Superman punch. That was fun. St. John watching St. John throw that Superman punch was fun. But he ultimately, and what happens is he got knocked down, gets up, and immediately floors Silva with a Superman punch. I believe Silva goes on to win this fight. I wouldn't mind watching either of those guys fight again. And it looks like I missed the Delonte. Is that Delonte West? That's not Delonte West. I don't think it could be Delonte West. I mean, it looked like Delonte West. Sean West? Okay. He might be related to Delonte West. I thought that was Delonte West. Anyway, all in all, I would give this card an A. This could have been an A plus card had the Bryan Battle fight not gone so sideways. I didn't like that fight. Left a weird. I was not a fan of how that fight went. I think this card would have been perfect without it, quite frankly. And now we need to see Bryan Battle fight again, just to prove that he is who he says he is. This guy was holding on to his leg, and then when he gets up, takes a knee. Ref waves it off. He sits down in the corner for a second, and then when Bryan Battle comes over to say what's up after the fight, brother pops up like he's got like nothing's wrong. He only took a couple shots to the. I'm getting upset thinking about it. So I was disappointed with the Bryan Battle fight. Everything else here, for the most part, were bangers. This was a very, very fun fight. I didn't see the this Nelson girl. I believe she got a win by knockout as well. I missed this fight. I missed the early prelims. But Nelson actually, I think her name is Kim Nelson. She gets into the ring with Jessy J, even though Jessy J is calling out somebody else. And now we could see a Nelson versus Jessy J Rose Clark fight, which signed me up. It's Kim or Cam Nelson, something like that. Nelson and Clark, both of them. I would like to see it. So anyway, thank you guys for tapping in. To recap, we want to see Rozenstruik. We want to see Cleveland's cornerman. We want to see Cannon. We think Lombard 47 just getting knocked out like that. Probably time to call it quits. Want to see Battle in a real fight. Never want to see Freitas again. Want to see Clark. Need to see Clark versus Nelson or versus whoever she called out. I wouldn't mind seeing Claudia Zamora again. You know, she's a dog. I think there's a place for that. Wouldn't mind seeing Martinov or Hawes again. Need to see Janicic again. That was an impressive victory. Lamar Brown, I don't know. Need to see Quinones again. Breeden needs to see a neurosurgeon. Could go for seeing Costa, and I could go for seeing either St. John or Silva again. Missed Cardoso Garcia. Missed Caceres versus Delonte West doppelganger. And missed Hotu Singh. Missed all the early prelims, but thinks Nelson is probably going to end up fighting Jessy J or somebody else. Or Nelson ends up fighting Zamora and Jessy J fights somebody else. We will see. I might go for that, but Zamora's going to need some time off. She got tagged. Her face is looking bad. All right. Anyway, thanks, guys. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate everyone who's supporting the channel, man. I'm just trying to, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to do this streaming thing. I know I love basketball, but, you know, I also love UFC. Maybe I'll do some Jets highlights, too. I'm a Jets fan, and it sucks sometimes. We're going to be terrible this year. But I'm going to watch the games anyway, so maybe I'll go over some Jets highlights, too. Who knows? Let me know what you want to see. I cook. I might do some food reviews, right? I'll work out. I'll do some gym stuff. I'll put y'all on. Yeah, these games don't come easy. I'll put y'all on. So, yeah, man. Follow me Instagram, Twitter at Chris Blast. Subscribe. I don't even know what I'm going to offer subscribers yet, but if whatever it is going to be, it's going to be something fire. And, yeah, man. Oh, shout outs to, before we go, Jason Anik, who we just found out existed today because I thought it was John Anik with hair. Shout outs to Jason Anik and John Anik, man. They remind me of, well, they're brothers, but they remind me of Iron Eagle and Noah Eagle. It's just two peas in a pod. All right, guys. Thanks for tapping in. We'll be back with another one. My guys.